Hey baby, thanks for joining me tonight at Haunt Life Tonight around the fire. It's a spooktacular special for Reapers here, and I'm glad that you're here to join us. Yeah.
Hey guys, welcome to episode 39 of Haunt Life Tonight with myself, Michael Bellardi, Todd Fedician, and
Good
of course, Kelley.
Hi everybody, it's Kelley. Haunt Life Tonight, episode 39. I'm right here with T.O.DZ, that's right. Pepe Le Feichon and Michael Boulandi.
We get better at this every night.
That's right.
So what we figured we'd do is we actually called this the All Hallows Eve Spooktacular.
Extravaganza.
It's
So-
goddamn Halloween night.
It's All Hallows Eve, folks.
So this is actually the season finale of the first season of Haunt Life Tonight. And so what we decided to do is we were actually going to bring in the core team, the majority of the core team that actually makes Reaper's Revenge what it is today. Without this team, none of us would be enjoying this, what we do, and creating one of the best haunted attractions in the country. And we are forever proud of the team and what everybody's created.
Yeah, so we're gonna go around and we're gonna get done talking here because we don't really have
Listen,
anything
I'm
good to
letting
say.
you two do it this
No,
time.
we don't have anything good to say. But we want to hear from all our supervisors and the people that really make this mountain a special place. So we're gonna pass it around, and we just want to hear memorable moments, things they loved about this year. I mean, we didn't know we were gonna have a year, and here we are. I mean, couldn't be happier, and I love every single one of these people. So let's turn it right over. Let's start. Jen, you're right next to us.
Sure.
Your favorite memory, or the favorite thing about this year?
Everybody, kind of introduce yourself and tell them what you do up here, please.
Hi, I'm Jen Marino. I am a costume director. I do set design. I do overall actor management. I'm the wearer of many hats. I just want to say we did it, guys. We saved Halloween. We've been talking about it for months. We saved Halloween. It's here right now. I guess one of my favorite things of this year is that we actually got to do it. Like, I'm sitting here with my most favorite people in the world right now. All of them. I would be nowhere without the people sitting around this bonfire. That's my favorite thing, that we're not all at home being sad. Like, why didn't we try this? We did it, we pulled it off, it's been great. Another memorable thing, actually watching Paul Cochran like act tonight, that was crazy. He did a great job. Did okay. He got a gold star.
Movie. Some work. We'll give him the critique.
Yeah, we'll critique him later, right? But congratulations, we made it this far. Who's next? Kendra!
Don't forget Grandpa, he's back there.
Oh, Grandpa. Oh, I guess, yeah, Grandpa.
Get off my lawn! Oh, hi. So, my name is actually Ted. I'm new to the hayride, being a supervisor. Was an actor for a couple years, obviously this character last year. It's just been fun. These guys are all family. They've welcomed me in kind of my clan. I got a whole bunch of my kids and their friends that work here as well. It's an awesome bunch. Probably my favorite bits is feeding and giving hot chocolate and things like that to the hayride actors, because they're out in the woods all by themselves alone or in small groups, and just the look on their face, you want some cocoa? Oh my god, yes. Things like that. We try to do everything we can for these guys, and yeah, that's about it. Oh, probably my favorite memory was coming around the hayride and then running through Carnival with no shirt on. I'm not going to say anything more about that.
Handcuffs.
That's enough!
That was one of my
heard there
less
was
favorite
handcuffs.
things of this year, was Ted unclothed.
I heard there was handcuffs too. Handcuffs, definitely. Behind me. His personal ones. Hi, I'm Kendra. I'm one of the supervisors up here. This year I've had the pleasure of working with Jen and Kelley in the carnival. Previously I've been with Hayride, and so this is my first time ever being up in the carnival, and I love the interaction with the customers. It's more face-to-face, and the supervisors, we've had a lot of fun this year, like including all the other attractions, messing with Michael Bellardi, like random stuff. The girls in Delirium with their noodles, Matt with his my bear costume. Lots of videos to share.
You missed a walrus tonight.
Oh, well, I didn't get a walrus, but yeah, that's probably about my favorite this year.
Angela.
Hello,
I am Angela. I'm one of the actor trainers for the Haunted Hayride. I also tend to refer to myself as the mean mom of the hayride because I treat everybody like they're my kid and I let them know when they screw up. But, you know, this season has been really weird. We didn't think we were going to have it, and it hasn't really felt right because everything is so different. But still, like, the little things, going around and like, hey, do you guys need this? Cool. Like, I climbed out of a well wearing a neon monstrosity to make Demi happy this season. It was terrifying, and she laughed, and it was worth every second of it just to see her happy. You know, those are the things that matter up here. Tentacle and that's what we're all about. Yes, and I definitely went around with a tentacle hat and asked everybody up here if they would play with my tentacles.
And a tutu, and did Brandon.
Yes, yes. Oh my God, I forgot I did the security shack in the tutu. We should probably move on before I get in trouble.
I was there.
Mr. Matthew Adams.
Hi, I'm Matt. I'm the hayride manager. I'm going into my decade now. I was 10 years here. I was an actor for 5 years. This is now, what, 4 or 5 as a manager. I used to think one of the best compliments I ever got actually come from one of our best actors on the hayride who told me that the way I did things reminded them of Nick Wesley, who is a former hayride manager that we all adore here. This year I actually got a compliment from when I was going around in the bear costume that Kendra mentioned. I crept up on some of my actors and I gave them a good scare, and it was so random, it was just so obscure, it was so out of my character and the things that I do that people looked at me and said, Kelley? Kelley Michaels, is that you? The fact that I did something that put me into the Kelley Michael category made me realize, you know what, maybe I'm doing a couple things right. And that honestly has been my shining star moment for the year.
Aww.
Jesse Westerfield, don't make me come over there and hug you. Come on.
I have to say my favorite, like, there's a little bit of a benefit to like having a more condensed show, and that's like there's a lot of isolation whenever you're the last 2 attractions on the mountain. So like Sector and Pitch Black kind of become their own little universes, and I've worked alongside people with for years and never gotten to actually, you know, form any kind of bond with them. Like, I've loved Danny Adams, Matt Adams, all these people for years, and like never really, you know, had the opportunity because I'm so worried about Pitch Black and its own universe. But like kind of like the cross-platform, like changing up the way I think about how people get scared, because Pitch Black is just scary, like that's it. But Delirium's like kind of whimsical and pretty, and it's nice to like go somewhere that's a little bit lighter and like be around people that, you know, you respect and appreciate as professionals. But yeah, just the, you know, the closeness of it, a little bit more condensed. But that's my thing. Danny, what's your thing?
Hi, I'm Danny Adams, manager over at Delirium. Previously at Sector 13, I was a little bit nervous this year when I was asked to manage over at Delirium because I'm so used to the chaos of Sector. Definitely missed that chaos at first. I thought something was missing from our show, and then I had an aha moment probably 2 days into the season where I was walking through Delirium and I was just like, wow. I'd say I definitely fell in love with it, or as I put to some people when I said I wanted to stay with Delirium, I fell in love with my side chick, because that's what Delirium was up until now. But some of my favorite moments have honestly just been being able to go through with the actors and act in every position and have fun with them. And for us not knowing if we were going to have a season or not, I think we've pretty much killed it. And Jen nailed it when she said, like, these are some of my favorite people in the world, and to actually get the opportunity to spend, you know, these last 6 weeks with them has been a privilege. And so just, I think the togetherness and, you know, spearheading a brand new attraction with Jesse effing Westerfield here, definitely some of the highlights of my season. All right. This guy.
Hey, I'm Steve Diaz. How are you guys? Oh, that'd be beautiful.
I got you. There we go.
Actually, you're good. You're good with that. Can't see any boogers. Are we all good? Okay. But anyhow, I'm Steve. I started, tractor driver. I was The last 2 years, 3 years, I worked in sector. 2 years as an actor, and then I was bumped up to a manager. It was a great experience. This year with our attraction being closed, boo, it really sucks. But you know what? I learned a lot about the whole mountain. I got to experience tractor driving, which sets off the whole tone of the whole mountain. I learned a lot to see other actors, to see the actors, you know, do what they have to do on a nightly basis every night. But I did have a lot of appreciation for the way that the tractor drivers, I did learn a lot with the timing and how everything works. I am looking forward to getting back into sector next year. I am like pumped like you wouldn't believe. Fortunately, we're probably going to lose a Danny, which we'll get by without her, you know. But me and Michael are going to be wearing, war kilts, right? War kilts next year, and we're gonna blow the lid off this mountain. But that's all there is about to it. But as I said, everything's a family. We look forward to this every year. I have my wife Alexandra and my daughter Haley up here, and we look forward to it every single year. There is no, you know, and like before we were discussing, we weren't gonna have it. We were all depressed, but then it came together. We really had a really good year. You know, it's friggin', you know, and I got appointed the head of the decon team for the COVID, do all this good stuff, but it worked out very well. No recordings of anything. We just had a really good year, and I got to double up on a lot of things. It was a lot of fun, and I miss every one of these people, you know, once November hits, and it's a sad time when it's all done. So I look forward to the spring. All right. Thank you, guys.
Get a shot of all these other people sitting here at the bonfire, because this wouldn't happen without all these other people.
Look, we got the trombone. Big wave.
We
got the little
Oh, no.
Every one of those people. I mean, this isn't half of it.
Are we gonna give our
Everyone just
Well,
wait.
makes it happen right there. This one.
I guess I'll go first. I mean, I'm on the show quite often. I'm Michael Boulardi. I'm Boulardi? Did I say Boulardi?
Welcome to the show,
Wow, my real last name is Boulardi, but Boulardi works, I guess. Attraction manager for Sector 13, which is closed this year. Marketing, filming with this very talented, behind this camera is actually a very talented man that has shown up this year. Thomas has done a great job. He's worked right alongside me to create content and footage, you know, headed up by Todd. And I mean, you know, this year I was bummed out the sector wasn't a reality, but it was one of those hard pills to swallow. But because of that, this year I was thrown around into a number of different positions, most notably for the reload. Reload, yeah.
I love you, Chan Jammin'.
So reload, commerce area, you know, crowd control, and then also driving tractor. So you know, this year I learned a lot, and you know, I think it kind of just put into perspective for me, you know, how big this show is. You know, being trapped in an attraction for the last 5 years, you know, the first 4 years being all over the mountain, you know, you kind of haven't realized how much this place has grown and what it actually takes to run a show of this caliber. So I mean, I guess all in all, I kind of just realized a whole lot more appreciation for the rest of this team that makes this mountain work, and the rest of the people who show up every night to drive a tractor, secure the mountain, do temperature checks, parking, you know. It was just a big year for me to step up into a number of different positions and learn a whole lot more about how this place works.
Can we just say that Michael humbled himself?
He owned it.
It was good. Can we say that out loud on film?
Yes, we can.
He owned it.
Yes, we can. All right. Hi, guys. My name's Todd. You guys have seen my bald head on the show too much. So I want to say one of my most memorable moments of the year was actually tonight. Last evening, Paul and I and Travis, we went with Autumn and we saw some other haunts. Great job. It was awesome. We had a really nice evening. We were treated great. But I came back here, I had no heat last night, and then I woke up to our Alice tunnel being on the ground today. And it was horrible to start the day. And I don't know, it's just the day was really weird. And as I went through the day, I watched our family, all the people that are around this fire, and everybody that I care about. And I realized how important it is to be back with family, being back here this year and being part of something that is so much bigger than any of us, because it's all of us together. And it means the world, and I'm not going to cry. I might cry. I'm not sure. I might. I don't know. Just get that light a little closer. All right. So no, and it really was when we were around the bonfire and we were talking with everybody, and I saw how everybody gave everything they had tonight in the bitter cold, and it was just a tough day. And I watched how our team and our family excelled at what we do, and I looked at my watch and I realized it was All Hallows Eve, and I was like, as Michael said at the bonfire, this is what we do it for. And I realized there ain't a place I'd rather be.
That's it. I'm gonna be real quick about this now. Hi, Thomas. This season's been wild, but I'm gonna sum it up real quick. That we as a family and we as a people that like come here to work, and I know everyone that goes hard and does this. I've talked to them like individually, and I know how we do this. I will say this straight out. This is going to be one of the weirdest and hardest years for me to come off of what we've done. We have truly put on a great show, and when we get done with this, we are going to go back to a world that is kind of on lockdown. We offered a world that is completely open to everyone, and we were open. And when we're all done with this, we're gonna go back to a world that's pretty much closed down or in some sort of peril of some sort, and it's gonna make me super, super sad. I know it's gonna. I will say this, that these are some of the best scares I've ever got. My timing's never been better, and thank you for, coming out. It's been wild, but when it all comes down to it is when we leave these few weeks up, we're gonna go back to a world that is not the same as we came into this, and provide it for people, and that's what's really really straining me.
Yeah.
But they showed up,
And we showed up. Yeah, thank you.
People showed up
Thank
on our
you.
first weekend.
Thank
we
you
blew it
for
out of the
coming.
water. And that just proves that people wanted to be here and wanted us to be open just as much as we did.
So happy we did this.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming to see us do what
The last thing I want to say as we end this episode and the season 1,
39,
episode 39 is, one, I really'd like to thank this man right here and this man right here, my two co-pilots on this crazy mission that we never thought was going to get past episode 2. Somehow we shit out 39 of them, but you guys have been great, and the ideas, and it's what we do up here. We're always thinking, we're moving forward, we're planning for next year.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And I can't think of anybody better to do it with, and I just want to thank everybody for watching us this year, or at least pretending you watched.
And I think we can all kind of end this episode the way that most of us would end a season, and each night for us, it's I think we all have to say one quick thing, and that's Happy Halloween!
Happy Halloween!
This is Halloween. This is Halloween. Halloween. Yeah. Tender lovelings everywhere. Life's no fun without a good scare. It's our job, but we're not mean in our town of Halloween.
Hey, Haunt Life Tonight fans, we have a special treat here for you today. I've got a family affair in front of me, And I'm excited to have you guys with me. The Gregory family's here with me. And this is an opportunity for us to really show not only is Reapers a family, but this particular family, husband, wife, and son, all dedicate their lives to being here. Andy's one of our full-time staff here. Anything that blows up and goes boom on the mountain, he makes sure it's safe. So welcome, guys. How you doing?
Welcome, you.
Yeah, it's good. It's good to have you guys on the show. You guys have all been on the show with Jill. You've been kind of on Zooms with me, but Andy's been on the show, and Anakin, it's great to have you guys with us. And I just want to talk to you about, why is it so important for your whole family to be here? What makes you guys want to give up your life and come and basically move on the mountain every year and live here in the woods with us?
Well, I think it's a very unique experience. And like you said, keep saying, you have to be crazy to love it, but we do love it. I know Anakin looks forward to being here whenever he's not, all year long.
This I do know about him. And how many years have you been here, Anakin? What age were you when you started?
I was 8 years old when I started.
That's acceptable for child labor laws.
He didn't get paid, he volunteered.
We might need to cut that out of the video. No, but a true family affair. I mean, Andy, you've been with us 10 years now?
10 years.
And a full-timer here. So you and Mike head up facilities, maintenance, make sure this mountain clicks. And like I said, you got the boom going on.
Oh, yeah.
A licensed pyrotechnic expert. And not only that, but I mean, you can wear anything.
And I do a lot of that.
Yes, you do. And Jill, tell us about what you do, because I think sometimes your particular area is overlooked because it's such an important aspect of our show. But what do you do?
I am the supervisor of the wagon load area.
Okay. So when people come to us and they stand in line for a little bit, but because people do like our show, we have a lot of people. But you manage them and make sure that the wagons are safely loaded, you give them their speech. What else do you do?
Well, I make sure that the wagons get out in a timely fashion. I also make sure that our tractor drivers get their snacks and water so they don't get grumpy.
We don't want anybody grumpy. But I think that's an important thing. And that's exactly what I was looking for, was the timing aspect of the mountain. And I wanted to hear you say that because I don't think people understand. And Andy, you got electronics out there that actually work with your wife's timing on the mountain, that actually tell people when to send, this whole thing is a very choreographed, it's just every time is accounted for throughout the night. And Anakin, an actor trainer in one of our attractions, our newest attraction, and making sure that those pop scares and everything happens, but the throughput is not conga lining everybody, that we're splitting the groups up so people get the show that they've come to expect from Reaper's Revenge.
Yep. When you're running as many wagons as we do, the timing becomes really critical, and it all starts with my wife.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I can't say, and I get the pleasure of working with you once in a while, and none of us, no job on the mountain is beneath any of us. I mean, sometimes I have to load queue lines for her. If somebody doesn't come in, I've done it, 3 times this year? Mm-hmm. And that's not my favorite thing to do on the night. I have a lot of other jobs I have to do, but, that's what our family does. We all kick in, we pitch in, we do whatever we have to do. And, I thought today the most important, and the reason I wanted your family on the show was because I look at this and I'm like, that's really what it's about. Not only the Reapers family, but your family and your household dedicate your time to this industry. And I wanted to thank you.
Thank you.
It was a pleasure having you guys on the show. Andy, I think you need to go wire something. So goodbye. Thank you so much. And all joke aside, I love you guys to death. You know that. And this is just a great family. And from Haunt Life Tonight, I just wanted to share that with you. Goodbye. Hey guys, I'm back again with another exciting interview. But today I got a special one. You're going to see Paul Cochran on the show today, but it was very important for us to acknowledge another person that was instrumental in the development of this mountain. This mountain does not function without this man. He's one of the owners, and Paul wanted me to make sure everybody knew that he is an original owner because the partnership was developed as soon as they decided to build Reaper's Revenge. So I'm here today with Mike Hefner, one of my partners, and I have the pleasure of being your partner now that you guys, for some reason, brought me back here. But I'm excited about it, Mike. Like, what made you want to be involved with it from day one?
Well, Paul brought me up here and laid out his plan, and I thought it was brilliant. And knowing Paul for now 47 years, I think it is, I knew what he was capable of. He was very imaginative and creative all his life. He always had a roundabout way of doing things, and diving into the pool without water was always one of Paul's specialties.
He is good at doing that.
and I'm a half full pool guy, but he's always been kind of like a driving force behind some of the things that we've accomplished in life. It's always been an adventure with Paul, so I had no problem digging in deep.
Well, and you know, the interesting thing from Paul that I constantly hear, and I've heard since I was here originally as just an employee, and you guys brought me into the team, this mountain would be nothing without the infrastructure that you've created here. And I know we joke with you sometimes about, God, we got the best rocks on the mountain or anywhere, you know.
They grow too.
They do, and you water them. They're awesome. But, you know, all jokes aside, to run a little city like this, the infrastructure is so key. And Paul really wanted me to acknowledge that nothing got built up here without you making sure that everybody's safety is here. You have safety protocols for all the different attractions.
It's important.
Yep, certified with the Department of Agriculture.
Yeah, Pennsylvania Department of Ag.
You know, and but not only that, as I've talked with some other families here, this is kind of a family affair for you. Your wife comes up and paints.
Very much
So I want to give a shout out to Gal Hefner.
Yeah.
You know,
Thanks.
I mean, everybody on the mountain works together, and we have this great thing. But you, as an owner, I wanted to say, hey, what makes you want to do it, and why are you excited about it? And mainly, we want to thank you for your years. I mean, you've been here since year one, so 12 years of putting this thing together.
12 years of doing it.
Yeah. Now I know I caught you in the middle of fixing a heater, so I want to say thank you for the time, and I appreciate you being on the last episode of Haunt Life Tonight for season 1.
I was just going to say last episode of the year, right?
Yeah, we're done.
We look forward to more of them.
We'll be back in January, but from one fellow haunter to another, and your partner now, thank you for letting me be part of this great team. I want to thank you for everything you do.
Yep, and thank you guys too for all the help you've been giving me over the years. It's been great, fantastic.
Awesome.
All right. Thanks, guys.
All right.
Why don't skeletons ever go trick-or-treating? Because they ain't got no body to go with. Good evening. I'm Maxwell Moberdorf, and welcome to another horrifying edition of Schlock.Down. It's October, and I'm not going to do what everybody thinks I'm going to do. It's really not even that big of a deal. Alright, gang, let's find out who this bag-headed baddie really is. Like zoinks, it's me! And I'd have gotten away with watching it too, if it wasn't for you meddling kids. It's almost Halloween Day. That means October is coming to its close. But that's okay, gang. Can I call you gang? I feel like we've become friends through all this. That just means the Halloween season is over. And even though this is the last part of my Halloween extravaganza, here at Schlock.Down, every day is Halloween. So since we're all friends now, and we've already been trick-or-treating, why don't we go back to my place so we can sort through our candy and watch some horror flicks. Over the last few weeks, we've been finding out which houses have the best candy as we've gone from horror to horror with 31 frightening flicks featuring Halloween. Now with these last 7 on the list, we're going to find out which houses have the most candy, because they're all anthologies. An anthology by definition is a collection. Poems, writing, songs, and in the case of an anthology movie, a collection of short films. Horror has certainly been no stranger to the anthology, with films like Body Bags, Tales from the Dark Side, Cat's Eye, Graveyard Shift, and so on. I could keep digging up titles. The best anthologies don't just present the shorts back to back to back to back. They also include a wraparound story happening outside of the shorter segments, something that connects them, an anchor segment. And it was the Shape of Water director Guillermo del Toro who said anthology films are always as bad as the worst story in them. They're never as good as the best story. Number 25. Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. It's Halloween, 1968, in the small town of Mill Valley, where the scary stories of local legend Sarah Bellows become all too real for a group of teens who happen upon a book that contains her horrors in this 2019 film with a story by Guillermo del Toro. Though del Toro himself would tell you that this is not an anthology film by convention, the decision derived from his previous quote to not set the film up for failure. It is still based off the short story collection of the same name. But this time, the book reads you. Stories hurt, stories heal. If we repeat them often enough, they become real. They have that power. They make us who we are. Who am I? I don't know. Number 26, Creepshow. Inspired by the EC horror comics, written by Stephen King and directed by George Romero, this 1982 horror comedy anthology includes 5 stories: Father's Day, The Lonesome Death of Jordy Verrill, Something to Tide You Over, The Crate, and They're Creeping Up on You, complete with a prologue and epilogue to wrap around the film. These anchor segments feature a young boy named Billy, played by Stephen King's son, Joe Hill, reading a horror comic titled Creepshow, and the Creep, the Grim Reaper-esque host of the comic book. 1 for you, 1 for me. 2 for you, 1, 2 for me. After Billy's father throws the comic book in the trash, calling it horror crap, a pair of garbage men discover it, and we discover some more of its connections to the film. Creepshow has spawned 2 sequels and a TV series, released on Shudder in 2019. It follows the same format as the original film, the Creep telling us stories from the pages of the Creepshow comic book, one of which follows a group of teens as they torment a neighborhood on Halloween, titled All Hallows Eve. Since we're already up to no good, here's a whole multitude of mischief. Number 27, All Hallows Eve. This 2013 horror anthology marks the feature film directorial debut of Damien Leone and features a familiar face. It was followed up by a standalone anthology sequel in 2015. The film was composed of 3 segments featuring the homicidal Art the Clown, as viewed by 2 children and a babysitter via an unmarked videotape that they discover on Halloween night. I just discovered a tape. Should we see what's on it? Number 28, VHS. In this 2012 horror anthology series, created by Bloody Disgusting's Brad Miska, we watch a series of found footage shorts connected by the anchor segment, Tape 56, in which a group of hoodlums who film their exploits are hired to steal a single videotape from a house. Upon breaking in, they discover a dead body surrounded by several televisions and hundreds of unmarked VHS tapes. Determined to get the right tape, and not knowing exactly what they're looking for, the hoodlums believe they'll know it when they see it. Each segment is presented by different writers and directors, including Adam Wingard, David Bruckner, Ty West, Glenn McQuaid, Joe Swanberg, and the filmmaking collective Radio Silence. VHS has spawned 2 sequels, with VHS 2 and VHS Viral rounding out a trilogy. A feature-length spin-off of the segment Amateur Night titled Siren came out in 2016, and it was announced in June of 2020 their 4th film in the franchise, a new launching point, titled VHS 94, was in production. The last segment of the first film in the franchise, titled 10/31/98, directed by Radio Silence, follows a group of friends to the wrong house as they set out for a Halloween party. As they start to experience paranormal phenomena, they mistake their mistake for a haunted attraction and decide to run with it. That is, until the phenomena starts becoming threateningly real. Aw, man! They didn't rewind it. What the fuck are you wearing? Where'd you get this? Who taught you how to do this stuff? Number 29, Holidays. This 2016 anthology has a short horror film for every celebration. Almost every one, anyway. They include Valentine's Day, St. Patrick's Day, Easter, Mother's Day, Father's Day, Halloween, Christmas, and New Year's Eve, playing in annual order. For each day, a different director. In the Halloween segment by Mallrats director Kevin Smith, a trio of internet sex workers fight back against their abusive host after he denies the girls their wishes to celebrate our beloved day.
Attention, all you schlockers. It's time to get our ghoul back on and leave those other holidays behind us, with 10 terrifying tales that take place solely on All Hallows Eve.
Number 30, Tales of Halloween. Ghouls, imps, aliens, and axe murderers just make up some of the monsters that terrorize a suburban town on Halloween night in this 2015 horror comedy anthology, boasting 10 interlocking tales by 10 different directors, including segments by the Saw franchise's Darren Lynn Bousman, Maze Lucky McKee, and their since Neil Marshall. The film features on-screen cameos by horror icons Joe Dante, John Landis, Mick Garris, and Stuart Gordon, as well as Hatchet director Adam Green, all joined by a cast of horror veterans and genre alumni in the making. Insidious's Lynn Shay, Reanimator's Barbara Crampton, the Rocky Horror Picture Show's Barry Bostwick, and Donnie Darko's James Duvall, to name a few, with Swamp Thing's Adrienne Barbeau rounding off the cast as a DJ who adds commentary between some of the segments. With all of the names involved in this anthology alone, these 10 tales make for one titular treat sure to satisfy anyone with a taste for terror. Trick or treat, motherfucker! Yeah. In looking back on the follies of all of our unfortunate friends found in these frightening flicks, we don't want to find ourselves in the same position. So before we close, it is important to remember the rules of Halloween. Always hand out candy to trick-or-treaters. Always wear a costume. Never blow out a jack-o'-lantern before midnight. Always respect the dead. Always check your candy. Never take down your decorations before November 1st. And never hurt the innocent. Number 31, Trick or Treat. In this 2007 anthology horror film, written and directed by Michael Dougherty, and starring Dylan Baker, Anna Paquin, and Brian Cox, 4 stories taking place on Halloween night are bound by the common element of Sam, a childlike trick-or-treater in a burlap sack and raggedy orange footy pajamas, who appears whenever someone breaks one of the rules. Fun fact, Sam first appeared in 1996 in an animated short film called Season's Greetings, also written and directed by Dougherty. This short film acts as a precursor to the full-length feature. And there you have it, my friends. 31 frightening flicks featuring Halloween. Thank you so much for taking this walk around the neighborhood with me and sharing in our passion for horror and Halloween. Oh no, I ain't falling for that again. Thanks for watching, guys. If you've been enjoying the videos, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You guys want some candy?
Yes!
Come here. Have some candy. Happy Halloween, guys. Hey, Carter. Need a hand? We'll work together, darling. Every night is Halloween. Trick or treat!
Surprise, Schlockers.
Join me on October 31st for one last scare. I'll be right back.
Hey gang, we're back with one of the other owners of Reaper's Revenge, Travis Rhodes, who has been like Paul's right-hand man over the years, helped him run his restaurant, all kinds of stuff. But let's talk about Reapers, Travis. Welcome, first of all, to the show.
Good to be here, Todd.
Thank you for coming in and gracing us with your presence. Trav, I think what you do is a very special thing up here. I mean, we all have our different roles, but you know, you work with our hiring department and staff this entire mountain with all our actors, and then you're out there training them and getting with the supervisors, giving the critique of the show and making sure the show is always assessed, refined, and moving forward. So tell us a little bit about what you do, buddy.
Just basically, I find the people that are far and near and gather them all together and put them out on the mountain to do the best to entertain and to scare our patrons. It sounds simple, but not always is.
This is true. I know because I watch you work and you're diligent at everything you do. But, you know, last night I saw something interesting from you, which, you know, it really kind of inspired me. The passion you had last night, you and I both saw the show, as we always do every night. And, you know, we made our assessment of, okay, we like this, we want to tweak this. But really what it dawned on me was how passionate you were. Like, even though this is our last weekend and we have a couple nights left, you were like, no, I want this done. I want this looked at. Let's do this. Where do you really pull from to get the passion to constantly assess the show and make the changes? What drives you?
Well, it's just to try to put the best show on possibly. Every night is different. We have a different placement of people. We have different actors in different positions. So it's all trying to find that balance. And people being able to work off one another and just have an understanding of what we're trying to accomplish, you know, with where they scare the groups and, you know, just how we're doing it, how they work together. So it's all a balancing act, and that's the most important thing. And if you just let it go, sometimes you get a bunch of individuals, and it definitely is a team sport.
Okay. Well, very good. And Paul really hit something home today that I wanted to make sure we acknowledged for the last episode of the season 1 of Haunt Life Tonight. You know, he says you and Mike were his original partners. Even though he started it with Stevie Swyka in the mountain, like he had always made a commitment to you guys of being partners in the business. And, you know, he held his end because you guys held your end and you built this amazing attraction. And he wanted me to acknowledge that today, where he really gave credit where credit's due. You guys were the original 3 before I became part of the Fabulous 4 for whatever reason. But the terrible trio of Mike Hefner, Travis Rhodes, and Paul Cochran making an amazing show. I mean, what was it like in the beginning? Tell us a little bit. Give us a little glimpse in the past.
It was scary. Would be the best way. You know, growing pains nonetheless, and developing land to be able to take on the tractors and the traffic was quite challenging. So everything we changed or did was always brand new. You know, and if things didn't go exactly right, we probably wouldn't be here. So it took a lot of hard work with some luck to make sure that we are what we are today, for sure. And surrounding ourselves with better people and getting the help to be able to pull it off.
Couldn't have said it better myself, my friend. So from one haunter to another, and a fellow business owner with you, I want to thank you for everything you do to make this mountain such a special place and to special place, excuse me, and continue to grow our strong Reapers family. So thank you, Travis.
It's all about the family.
All right. I'll see you out there tonight.
All right. Have a
Bye.
Oh, hey, happy Halloween! We made it through the whole year doing Haunt Life Tonight, and then followed up with a successful season at Reaper's Revenge. Yeah, so now we're here on our final 2 nights. Halloween's gonna be great. So, lucky, it's gonna be nice out tonight. Cold, but at least it's gonna be dry. And then tomorrow, looks like rain most of the day, but it's supposed to stop by the time our show happens. Yeah, so tomorrow night we're gonna have a great last night. And you know what? I want to thank all you fans of Haunt Life Tonight and all you Reaper's Revenge fans for sticking with us and having a great season. And happy holidays, and we'll see you all next year. I'm so tired. Oh, get off my lawn!
Hey, Haunt Life Tonight fans, got a special guest here with me today. Right over there to my side, that's the man, Paul Cochran, the original owner of Reaper's Revenge, the creator, the man that had this crazy idea that put us all to work in the woods. So, Paul, how are you, my friend?
I drunk one night, that's all.
And that's okay. It turned out good, like most of your ideas. I don't agree with all of them, but this was a pretty good one, man. So, welcome. Happy Halloween, Paul. How are you?
Oh, that's right. Happy Halloween.
Well, you know, I'm glad you have a knife. I'm slightly terrified with you having any kind of sharp objects around me, because you seem to always stick them in my head. Yeah, remember that time you put the 2x4 in my head? It was a good time.
Dude, that was a good day, yeah.
Yeah, that was fun. Woo, let's go to the ER. Yay. So, Paul, you know, I wanted to talk to you today, just, you know, as we're recapping the season. This is episode 39 of Haunt Life Tonight, which Haunt Life Tonight was kind of your brainchild. You were like, hey, COVID's around. Why don't you guys start a talk show?
I thought I canceled you guys on episode 5.
You tried to, but HBO picked us up. So everything's been good. But, you know, it was kind of your brainchild to have us all talk, and 39 episodes later, we're still talking for some stupid reason. But
you guys really done a great job, too.
Thanks. But, you know, I wanted to talk to you today and just kind of get an idea of what this year meant to you. Why did the 4 of us here at Reapers, really push to have something normal for everybody, not only our customers, but our family, our Reapers family. What's your thoughts on this year? Kind of summarize what 2020 meant for you in reference to Reapers Revenge and what we're doing.
Yeah, well, as you know, we had an owners meeting last week, and we were just looking back, amazed at the position we're in right now. And when we think back of where we were 4 months ago, meetings once or twice a week, and discussions, and not knowing what to expect, but putting the work in, meeting with people from the industry all around the country. We're members of the 13 Haunts, the Haunted Attraction Association, just getting out there on the internet and just trying to get a warm, fuzzy feeling of how to proceed, and then finally making the decision to open. Thank God. I look back going, I can't even believe we considered not trying it. But, with the virus, you just don't know what direction it's going to be. You don't know where the country is going to be. It changes weekly, monthly. So, but yeah, thank God we were crazy enough or smart enough or forward looking enough to try it, to open, give people something to do, because boy, they really needed something to do, as we learned. Deciding whether to open was one big decision we had to make, but are people going to show up? Is thousands of other people needed to make that decision. And then we didn't know how to plan. We didn't know how much to spend, how to prepare, how to market. Because you just, you can always go off of last couple of years' records and hope you're going to have a better season if the weather cooperates. But with a pandemic, there's just so much you don't know. And it's frustrating. So it was refreshing to know there were thousands of other haunt owners out there struggling with the same decision. Every state was a little different. And I think the majority of the industry opened. And I think we pulled it off. We saved Halloween. We all, kept our market shares. We all made a little money. We'll all be here next year. And that's exciting, because we worked really hard to get to where we are. And I know a lot of industries and a lot of businesses won't survive this, but it looks like the haunted attraction industry will, and that's really exciting for me. So
yeah, it was a challenge. And and you and I have gone to several other haunts this year. Like, a lot of people don't realize in our free time, we're always going and networking with the other haunts that we're friends with, seeing what they're doing, talking, just, basic networking for our industry. And I thought it was great to see all the other haunts doing so well. But I want to give a shout out to the Reapers family. They stuck through it every freaking night and worked hard. Last night was bitter cold, and man, they brought their A game. They were working so hard out there in the woods. Now, Paul, there is a rumor. I don't know that there's any truth to this, but there's a rumor that you were in the woods last night with a mask on, scaring people. Is there any truth to this?
Hold on here.
Oh God, he's gonna put something on. Shit, should have never brought this up. Oh, by the way, I want you to know your highlights look great.
Thank you. I worked hard at that, but I won an actor award.
Yes, you did. It was announced last night at the bonfire. And you know what was interesting at our bonfire meeting last night? We had a couple of customers that were just lingering, and hello to those customers that were lingering, because they obviously liked us. But they got an inside glimpse to the Reapers Revenge family. And we actually did an exit poll, Paul, just so you know. We had like 2 or 3 groups of customers that were still lingering around, just enjoying the fire, the heat and everything. And we did an exit poll to see what their favorite attraction was last night. You want to know who won?
I missed the exit polls.
Yeah, you want to know who won last night? Who do you think?
Well, since I was in the car, no, I'm just kidding. I heard that Hayride was kicking. I know Delirium was crazy, but I'm gonna throw out there the Carnival. I believe Carnival won.
There was 1 vote of 3 for the Carnival. There was 2 votes for the Hayride. So,
Wow.
and everybody, overwhelming response for our new attraction, Delirium. And I got to give a shout out. And I told Danny and Jesse, the supervisors of that last night when we had our meeting afterwards, they killed it this year. New attraction, not knowing what we could do, being limited with COVID to what we could really do. I mean, we couldn't touch. We didn't want to have a lot of stuff hanging in people's faces, blah, 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 all this stuff. And that attraction and the way they brought it, man, I mean, it's made me, you know, as you and I were talking on the way to the haunt the other night, we're rethinking so many things. Like, although this year sucked for so many people, and my heart goes out to anybody that this pandemic has affected, without a doubt. You know, I mean, it's been a tough year, but we've learned so much through all this as well. And as you said, I'm just glad that we are able to offer a little bit of normalcy, as weird and bizarre that it is that Reapers is somewhat normal for people to come see. But it was great to offer that, to just let people get their mind off stuff. So I'm glad we opened too, bro. You know?
Now, well, with everything you're saying, now I have a lot to add to that.
Great.
Yes, what we're really excited about, what I didn't say about getting open and having a somewhat successful year, is that we're already now starting to think about how we can build and create, because we have the money put aside to, like we do every year, to do that. So we're always creating and thinking of ways, but I think some of us turned that off even after we decided to open, not sure if we were just going to break even this year, if we were going to be able to put money aside. We did just take a big loan to open Delirium. So to borrow money would not maybe have been an option for this year. So the fact that we, got a little ahead and we're able to sock that money away for next year. Now the creative juices are flowing again, and we can't help ourselves. So we went to a couple other great haunts on Thursday night and spent hours and hours on the drive out and back talking about, wow, what are we going to do for Reapers? So that was a real win for us to open this year. The other thing I did mention, the third part of not knowing what to do to open, and the most important is, should we open? Will the people show up? And will our awesome team come in and want to work? And they did step up, not just last night, but, from day one. A lot of our actors, supervisors, tractor drivers, security, parking, everybody, our entire family.
Yeah, makeup, costume, infrastructure. We got the best stones in America.
Yeah, 250 employees, only 160 or 70 this year, but because we had to close one or two attractions, but they all stepped up. They said, yeah, if you guys do it, we're in. And that we put a little survey out. That was part of our decision making. Like, we've got our team, we've got our crew, we can put this show on. And that really helped us make that decision a little easier to open. And, and then the third point that you brought up, I missed the exit surveys with the customers. And what a great problem to have. We never really know where the surveys are going to turn out. And, of course, the Hayride has always been super special to me, and it won. And when it wins, I love it. But what I love is that you just never really know which attraction is going to win the best for the night, because they alternate, and because all of our attractions are equally amazing. All our actors give it their 120%, and it's really a coin toss who gets the most votes every night, I think. And you can see when we do these surveys for the scariest and people's favorite attraction, it flip-flops every night.
Yeah.
And it's sort of a fun, competitive way to get our individual teams of actors and attractions to give it just that little extra, because, but even most times, to come in scariest after Pitch Black is like first place for most attractions. Or
yes, it is.
The favorite attraction over that massive hayride we have is quite an accomplishment. So yeah, like I said, just all good things. I mean, I hear rumors Transworld may open this year. I'm really looking forward to going there, meeting with all our fellow haunt owners and actors and friends, and all the things that Transworld brings to the industry. Boy, we missed that this year in March when it was canceled. So let's hope we saved Halloween. Let's hope we can save Trans World.
Yes, we need to start a Save Trans World plot now.
Yeah, I mean, Legendary Hauntors. It was supposed to be in New Orleans, which we were part of that in our 9th year, and I think that's a great organization and opportunity for haunt owners to really learn up close and personal with 200 of the haunt owners from around the country, around the world, get to go see a small exclusive tour of haunts and behind the scenes. So Legendary Hauntors has been a great tool for me and a lot of other people. That's not going to happen in New Orleans in November, but let's hope Trans World comes back. Let's hope Legendary comes back this year and we all get back on track.
You couldn't have said it better, my friend. Well, I want to personally thank you from the illustrious Haunt Life Tonight crew. There's a lot of people that work behind the scenes that make this show happen. You know, I was messing with my snap filters the other day because with my update, they wouldn't work anymore, and I missed the snap filters. I do. Can't take you anywhere. All right, Paul. Thank you for what?
Thank you. Congratulations on your show. I believe there are rumors of an Emmy or an Oscar, whatever. What's the singing one?
I don't know. What is the singing one?
I think you're going to get that award.
Well, I do sing.
Sing.
I mean, I sing a lot out in the woods. I mean, our neighbors must hate it when I test the microphones and.
I have video.
Yeah, it's pretty special times. Well, thanks again, my friend, and always the pleasure to have you on the show. As the creator of Reaper's Revenge, I don't know why the hell you brought me in as a partner, but I do appreciate it.
For a great show, you need a great team, and there's a lot of visions, and a lot of people are part of Reapers. So I'm just the goofball that decided to actually try to get it going. So I cut the first tree down for the first trail, but after that, it was a team effort.
That's good to hear. And I said the same thing to everybody last night. Our family's incredible, and this thing is bigger. Reapers is bigger than any of us. It's such a collective, collective mindset of all of us that makes this thing an animal that is just something you have to witness in your life. So thank you, sir. Haunt Life Tonight out. We got some other stuff to do. See ya.
And we're back.
Hey, we're back for the last time this year. Kelley, you and I just wanted to take an opportunity to tell everybody thanks for tuning in to 39 episodes. What a wild year, huh?
It's been a long one and short all at the same time. But I truly appreciate anybody that took the time to watch our goofy mugs say stuff to a camera since all this started. So thank you.
Right. And great show tonight. I mean, God, for Halloween, we've had some amazing people that are part of our family here just share their views on everything, and just loved hearing everybody's point of view for this year. And man, great season. Glad we saved Halloween, right?
Yeah, Halloween is here. We did it. We made it.
We made it. All right. Yeah, well, thank you so much, and we'll be seeing everybody in January.
Happy Halloween, everybody.
Happy Halloween.
I'll make it real short and sweet. Y'all are in here right now. Someone's gone on and touched one of the employees. Who did it?
I had a friend once.
still here? It's over. Go home. Go. And get off my lawn.